we made it in New Zealand, but it's set in a place called Zopfland. So it's in a heightened world that where all the characters speak in a fictitious language, which we then invited comedians, especially Julia, to subtitle. So it's about a married couple who are having a bit of a communication breakdown, who end up going on a new age retreat. Jackie had the genius gibberish idea. So do you want to talk about that?
You're going to pass it over to me, aren't you? She always does this. So Armağan and I had been developing, because we really wanted to create a story together, and we were developing 5 stories together, just to see, because we love just creating stories. And then, this one about this kind of very suburban, conservative married couple who who become these fish out of water at this really, confronting New Age camp, really started to kind of tickle us, didn't it? And then we started developing that story together, and we're looking at themes of miscommunication between partners, and when you've been married for 15, 20 years, and you've got the kids, and you've got the jobs, and it's all I'm very happily married, just in case my husband ever sees this. But and then about a year into it, I just had an idea, and I rang Armağan very, very early in the morning and said, "You need to drive to my house immediately. I do not want to tell you this idea on the telephone." So she came over, and I said, "I think all of us actors should speak in gibberish, so none of us can understand anyone, and then we'll find someone to interpret the film later." So really playing into those kind of themes of miscommunication. And so Armağan loved that idea, and so that kind of gave us this whole it kind of unlocked this kind of absurdity door. And then we were able to really be adventurous with our outline and our storytelling. And then I set about writing the script, the screenplay, after we created the story. And that took, 4 years. Then I wrote a whole script. They finally managed to convince me to write English dialogue as a guide, because I was like, no, it's my vision, no. But, I did write the English dialogue, which proved very useful, because we were able to rehearse in English. All of the actors and crew knew what we were on about. And then Armağan would just flip us into gibberish. Like, roll camera, everyone, we're flipping into gibberish, and then we'd just improvise this gibberish that we'd spent 2 weeks practicing, but it's all improvised. But we practiced for 2 weeks so we could all kind of sound somewhat similar with different dialects. And we listened to a lot of Icelandic radio, and I watched the trailer of Borgen over and over and over again to try and kind of sound a little bit we
decided to have an umbrella of sounds, and Scandinavia gave us that sort of vessel of sounds. So
whether or not anyone Scandinavian would agree, I do not know.
None of us have, spent a lot of time in Scandinavia. It just felt very foreign. It was like, and they
make such great films, right?
They make great films, and they're very comfortable with nudity as well, from what we could understand. So it just felt like the kind of a match made in heaven.
Without their consent. Well, we chose character names that, because I am the writer but also an actor in the film, we chose character names that I could say, because some names are just too hard. I can't say that name. So I was quite good at the ones ending in a vowel. So it was like Bruno, Laura. And so I'd practice these names, yes. And then would call the characters that, of all the names that I was quite good at saying.
What names were you not good at saying?
Oh, anything that ended like if we tried to call someone like Rick. Right. I was like, oh no, that's awful. You're Donald. I had to be like, Lowell. Yeah, it's like terrible.
It was very fun and very exciting. I was a big fan of Jackie's from Breaker Uppers mainly, and not that I wasn't a fan of everything else. But,
no, it's okay. My strongest work.
No, I'm just saying that's what I knew the most and was excited. And so I was very excited when both of them asked me to do this. And it was a kind of, I sort of dove into it as like, this is going to be quite easy, and I'm just going to write all these things, and watched the visual thing with no knowledge of any script or story or whatever, and then just started trying to interpret it, and that was it was sort of it was fun, then it was hard, then it was fun, and it was lots of sending stuff over and going, what do you think? Is this okay? And sort of discussions about scenes and things.
And it was so technical as well, because, to fit the words, because Julie would write these amazing jokes, but she'd send them over, and when we'd put them up on screen, it's like, oh, we can't fit it because there's no time, and so we'd
Takes
say,
too
can
long
you
on the screen?
can you be as funny but in half the amount of words? We just email like, is that possible? Like, and she'd always just send another version. It was brilliant. Nog in Tiesdog, ik kon tot de Central Gala, ik kon tot de berg para Edinburgh Film Festival 2022.
Yeah.
Ik kon tot de
Yes, yeah.